Don't you hate it when you feel something inside of you, but you just can't describe it? You have a general understanding of what's going on and the emotion that is tied to what's going on, like, say, sadness, but you also know that it's not exactly sadness. It's like a caveat of sadness, but you just don't know how to describe it. Unfortunately, a lot of us fall into this situation because we lack emotional literacy. But in this video, we are going to change that. Here's the thing. Words are symbols for ideas. So if you don't get the words right, you're not going to be able to articulate correctly how you feel inside. And this runs the risk of jeopardizing the relationship you have with others, but more importantly, the relationship you have with yourself. So I'm going to introduce to you what is known as the feelings wheel, which is going to heighten your emotional literacy, which will in turn heighten your emotional intelligence, which will, as a result, help increase your self-awareness and strengthen the relationship you have with others, and most importantly, yourself. So let me introduce you to Robert Plutchik. I think I'm saying his name right, his last name, I don't know, probably not. Robert Plutchik's emotional wheel, the feelings wheel. There's 3 parts of this wheel, and his theory is that you should go about this wheel like riding a bike. You're going to start on your training wheels, which is mastering the 8 basic emotions, and then from the 8 basic emotions, you're going to expand to the middle part of the wheel, which is kind of like the meat of the wheel, little subcategories of the 8 basic emotions. And then the outermost part of the wheel are the very niche down versions of each emotion, each of the 8 basic emotions, okay? So first, let's go over the 8 basic emotions. Happiness, trust, fear, surprise, sadness, disgust, anger, and anticipation. What you're going to find in this wheel is that whatever emotion you focus on, exactly across from it is the exact opposite of that emotion, right? So whatever is the 180 of it is the opposite of it, is, the polar opposite, literally. So happiness, see, and then sadness is down here. We have anger, and right across from it, what is that? Fear. Trust, disgust. Kind of rhymes too. Anticipation, surprise. So get familiar with these 8 basic emotions and look up, how does anger show up in the body? How does sadness show up in the body? How does happiness show up in the body? How does surprise show up in the body? You get where I'm going with this. See images of where heat is present in the body when someone is experiencing these things so that you can correctly label the basic emotions, because a lot of the time we even fail at labeling the basic emotions and knowing what the basic emotions are. We think we do, but we really don't. Once you master the basic emotions, you're going to move on to the second part of the wheel, which is kind of the meat, like I was saying earlier. So we have all the 8 basic emotions here, but then we have little subcategories of each emotion, okay? And there's like 2 subcategories for each emotion. Happiness has 2 subcategories: joyfulness and confidence, trust, hopefulness, peacefulness, fear, cautiousness, anxiousness, surprise, confusion, amused, sadness, hurt, unhappiness, disgust, disappointed, dislike, anger. Ooh, it's kind of fuzzy because I think this is an illegal copy. Anger, I can't make out what it says, but anticipation, interested, eagerness. See? So once you master the 8 basic ones, you can move on to trying to master how these show up in the body, what the exact definition of these are. Look up the definitions of these so that you can label your sensations better. And then the final step, I guess this is how you graduate in knowing this formula and this theory, is the complete emotions wheel. This has, I believe, 126 emotions. So each emotion has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sub emotions. Okay, so there's a subcategory and then the subcategory. And you are going to be amazed at how many descriptors there are for the sensations that happen within us. I mean, some of these words I wasn't even aware of. They're not in my general stream of consciousness, but I'm going to force myself to really master this because I want to increase my emotional intelligence. Because growing up, if I were in a conflict, I would tend to kind of be quiet or not want to express myself. I would rather stay silent or just kind of push it under the rug, which is not good at all, right? So this is going to strengthen the relationships we have with others, with ourselves, like I said, and really help replace bad routines that we have when we are in a situation that has conflict. Okay, so we're gonna swap out the routine of running away and replace it with correctly labeling our emotions and expressing our emotions in a healthy way. Okay, so get familiar with these charts, and I'll provide a link to each of the 3 versions of the chart, and if I can, I'll put them all in a Google Doc and just link that, but I don't know, because I think these are an illegal copy. We'll see. But just see in the description box what I end up linking, and yeah, that's basically all I have for this video. I hope that this video helps, and I'll see you next time.